Good evening, Astralites, once more. It is a beautiful Friday night this evening. I hope you, excuse me, I hope you're all enjoying your weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what have you. Uh, Sorry if I'm getting tongue tied. I'm just so excited to be talking about this because somebody's got to put these people on blast, and who better to do it aside from Juliana than yours truly? Love you, honey. But anyway, this goes out to all the Karens of the world and the male ones too. I really wanted to do that. Shout out to ODB and Keyless for that one. But for real, this segment I like to call it. It's coffee. Dot dot dot. It's not that serious. So, um, and the reason I chose the coffee one is because it happens mostly in coffee shops. We get these Karens, and just they thrive on drama. They won't admit it, but they do. They thrive on all this drama and all this other crap. It's ridiculous. I'm getting dirt in my eyes here. Uh And they actually have a movie on Peacock called Black Karen. Juliana said that she still wanted to watch that. I'm just getting all sorts of stuff in my eyes. Wait. Sorry, I don't mean to creep you guys out with my whole. Try not to gouge my eyes out. I just need to wipe them, but my wipes are over there. Anyway, um, it's ridiculous. Okay, Karens, I'm talking directly to you, and I hope you're paying attention. The people who should feel really bad are the migrant workers. Now, look here. Migrant workers do not get off, do not get up at the crack of dawn, ensure that their beans are carefully grown and nurtured so they can put them in a bag, send them to the nearest Starbucks in the town, have the Starbucks employees grind it up just so you can continuously say they beeped your order up. It's coffee. It's not that serious. You are paying $4 to have ground up beans in a paper cup, or reusable if you care about the environment. But you shouldn't just care about the environment. You should also care about the people who are working in said environment. And it really irks me because I mean, do we you don't see us coming to your job and telling us how you're messing up somebody's weave or anything, or how you painted the nails wrong, or excuse me, whatever fakakta job that you Karens choose to do when you're not torturing us. And it's not, and I know it's not just coffee shops. Believe me, I've had one or two Karens like come inside of the candy store back when I was working there, and she said, "You're not gonna wash your hands." I'm like, "Oh, I carry some stuff with me to clean my hands off." And then she just got silent and gave me a dirty look. And I'm just like, "All right, if it makes you comfortable, I'll wash my hands." I said it politely, and then she went all full on Karen with me. She was like, "I want to speak. Who is your manager? Because you don't seem to be doing it, this and that, whatever." I'm just like, "She's not here." She's like, "I know she's not here." I'm just like, How would you know? She'd be in the back, for all you know. She's not friggin' just working up my nerves doing all that. I gave her sort of an attitude, but you know what? You can't blame me. I mean, if I'm at work or if I'm not, you catch an attitude with me, I'm gonna give you one right back. I don't play with people. I work too damn hard for somebody to give me attitude just because I made small mistakes. This is one of the reasons we are not getting along as a society. It Astralites, it's getting worse. I'm telling you. And I know some of you, blue collar, 9 to 5ers, lifers, uh, just hardworking individuals. You do the best you can, and to them, it's still not good enough. I think Karens are known to what I believe Juliana would call. Um, I think it's bozetos in this term. I don't know. Lovey, maybe you can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but you see where I'm going with this. And if you watch the movie Barbershop, that guy's a male Karen. I'm not sure what the male equivalent name for a Karen is, but you guys already know what I'm talking about. You guys are just like, oh, I know what scene you're talking about. That school guy, whatever. The guy thinks he knows everything. Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about. I want just a splash of hazelnut, orange extract, extra foam, separate cup. Nobody can ever get it right. Oh, gee, I wonder why. It's not a freaking Ivy League school cafeteria, you womp rat. It's like, cut us a break, alright? Because there are some of us who work over 12 hours a day. We don't need your BS. Poppycock, whatever you want to call it. We don't have time for it. So take your coffee, chill out, or um, scenario that probably will least likely happen, somebody's going to take your coffee and just throw it in your face while it's piping hot because you decided to be a Karen to the wrong person. And trust me, they have employees like that. They will have employees that absolutely do not give a crap because they have dealt with enough Karens. And they don't even make that many mistakes either. And the reason I decided to make this video because enough is enough already. Like I was walking in Target, I believe it was last month or the month before, and this sister was going off on this barista. I'm just like, you're seriously gonna go Karen on one of these hard-working individuals who made a slight mistake because your coffee wasn't up to par. Get the fork over yourself. It's gonna be gone in less than an hour anyway, so I don't see what you're complaining about. You call this coffee? Oh, phew. It's not like you guys are acting like they put spit or something in your coffee. It's like everything is almost perfect, but you forgot something. Oh, what is that? You forgot my sprinkles. That's if they're going all out, like they want freaking mochachinos or something like that. Freaking. I don't know what it is with these wanting Ivy League school type services. It's like it reminds me of that scene. You guys remember in Two Broke Girls where they decided they had to work at a coffee shop and they were doing this whole triple calf non-fat. I'm just like, what kind of suburban mom jargon are you speaking right now? I was like, not once in my life have I ever went to a Starbucks and heard any of the workers talk like that. I mean, I'll be surprised if they actually do, but I know in certain situations they actually don't. But I think if you're a lifer, you'll most likely be doing that sort of thing. All right, I need a triple calf, non-fat, whipped with light, super light sprinkles. You ever met somebody who goes crazy because like they had one or two more sprinkles than you thought, or than they thought? It's like, look here, I've been coming to this place for years. I know exactly the exact amount of sprinkles you put on top of my whipped cream, which is upon my coffee. Oh my! You just want to do all that. I said it has 11 sprinkles. There's 13 on here. So, and then they're just like in a couple of situations they won't even go straight to the manager or force you to get the manager. They'll be like, I want you to remake this and do it right. Like they'll give you a nasty attitude about it. I'm just like, well, no wonder our kids are so messed up. They got you for role models. Like even middle schoolers, I'm just like, no wonder they have that such an attitude. And don't even go there with saying, oh, it's just they're just being teenager. No, 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 no. Because there are teenagers who actually show respect to people. Like that actually reminded me because this happened the other night. These three stooges who are most likely in middle school uh, walked in like they own the place, and one of them's like, "Stop staring at me! Oh, stop staring at my buddy!" I'm just like, staring at you. They're most likely looking at the screen, and if they were looking at you, it's because you're causing a scene and acting like a total ass clown. Like these kids need to get over themselves. They're not hot spit. They don't need to worry about paying bills. They don't need to worry about where their next meal is coming from because admittedly there are a couple kids like that, but you know you can tell the difference. You can tell these kids come from uh well, I can't tell what kind of homes they live in, but they do have a roof over their head. But nonetheless, it's like we've lost all respect for each other these days, and this has got to stop. And my buddy was like, I was about to fight one of those kids if they said one more thing. I was like, I wouldn't have even blamed you, bro. And I don't know what it is, but you notice that these middle schoolers are so homophobic? Like, call me crazy, but I know I'm not imagining things. Because I hear him half the time making those types of remarks. And then they want to say something like, man, why are you looking at my buddy for? And I already knew he wasn't looking at him. Like, he wouldn't have been the only one anyway. Like anybody else who would, because it the theater was practically empty. Like everybody was in their seats enjoying their movies. These three wanted to stir up crap, and you know, you can't go anywhere these days. You can't even go to work, and it's a shame. Can't go to work, do your job because you'll have a customer to complain about something. And that's another thing I want to mention. If you're in if you're a regular and you come in every single time and you keep saying that we're not doing something right, find a new place of business to go to, cuz we don't have the time to hear all that. I've been coming in here for 2 years now and you guys still can't get my order right. Probably because we don't know your specific order, or you're not explaining it to us the way we need it explained. Like stop going into your regular places and saying we can't get the job done for you. Just find somewhere else to go. Because there are a whole bunch of other customers that would be willing to let us work with them rather than be like, I've been coming to this Starbucks for over a year, and you still can't manage to get my order right. They can't do nothing. Speaking as a workman, work person, workhorse, whatever you want to call me, if we can't get the job done for you, go somewhere else. It's plain and simple. Stop coming into our place of business and complaining about the same spit over and over and over. We are sick and tired of hearing it. We do not have that kind of time for you. We do not have time to babysit your attitude. And honestly, the place I'm working at's temporary anyway, so I have no problem with it. And someone else going to a different movie theater where they'll be appreciative. It's like give us a freaking break. We do the best we can within the short amount of time we have here. But yeah, Karens, if you're watching this, consider yourselves on blast. I and YouTube, forgive me for that. You guys know where I was going with that. I'm not trying to seem threatening or anything, but I don't put up with anything or anybody. That's why I have attitudes at work sometimes because I feel like I'm being disrespected or not appreciative enough with the work I'm already doing. But like I said in my last video, things at work have been going a lot better. My hours are during the day now, mostly. So I don't have to really worry about closing quite as much. As soon as I requested more day shifts, my manager was like, night shifts aren't for anybody. I understand. I'm glad you came to me and told me something. And once more, I'd like to thank my lovely Juliana for giving me that suggestion. I went ahead and acted on it. I was like, you know what? Because I was closing 3 nights in a row. And I know that's not much to complain about because one of my buddies is closing the past few weeks. but doing this type of work for the past decade plus, it takes a toll on you. And I feel like I've earned my dues. You know, I feel like I'm not saying that I'm privileged or anything, but I feel like that I've gotten to that point where I deserve a bit of a break from working. Um, but yeah, we gotta start respecting and loving each other because, oh, I'm telling you, man, something's gonna happen to these middle schoolers and these young high schoolers, whatever, saying, I ain't scared if you call security on us. Little do they know that security, mall securities, they have they have connections. So if you mess up at one mall and they find out about it at another mall and you go to that said other mall, you're not going to gain entryway. Like your mall days would be over before they even start. Like you guys aren't even mall rats. You are just kids bored out of your freaking minds because you don't put your minds to good use. All you want to do is skate and smoke and act stupid. That's all these kids do today. And they want to act like they're not scared. No, I'm not scared of you. I'm really not. And that's another thing I want to get into, that the kids who smoke need to stay away from me because I'm going to give them a death stare if they ask me if I smoke weed one more daggone time. It's not teenage angst. They're just irresponsible and they're just little jerks. Like go to a skate park or just do something productive. It's like you guys take this life for granted. That is the problem with this generation. And Karens, you're no better. Don't think I forgot about you. Show more appreciation to the people handling your drinks or your food. And if you've seen waiting, that stuff really happens. Trust me. You remember that the lady who ordered the medium rare steak? It's going to happen like that if you're not careful. So I think twice before tearing the barista's head off. And I want to put this out to the managers too. Do not put up with Karens either. It's bad enough your baristas have to do it, but don't lay down and give in to their demands. That's why we have spoiled, rotten people in the first place. Stand your ground. Just don't do it to the point where you get fired. That's what I mean, though. I know you're supposed to get your manager, and they're supposed to handle it. I mean, let them. Managers, if you want to handle it. But don't just lie down and take whatever from from these Karens. Like just because here's what it is. These Karens are privileged. That is the problem with them. They are privileged. They do what they do to see if they can either get their money back or if they can get free drinks or free food items. Intentionally. That is that is why they exist, because they want to feel privileged instead of working hard. And Karens don't even say, "Oh, well, we work hard just as much as you do." The fork you do. Come back in 10 years and then talk to me about it. I've been doing back-breaking work since I was in high school, and the fact that I have to see everybody feeling the need to be privileged makes me sick to my core. Show love and respect and appreciation for the people who work hard for you. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Astralites, otherworldlies, I hope you enjoyed this segment of mine. Um, I'm not sure what the next video is going to be, but I'm going to make sure it's a good one for you guys. Nothing makes me happier than putting privileged people on blast. I'm just going to put it that way. Nothing makes me more enjoyable than disrespecting those who disrespect others. And that's ironic because I I respect most people. But if you feel privileged, no, that's not going to cut it for me. Respect, love, appreciation. Remember that. All right, everybody. I love you. I'll see you soon.